started in 1916, as opposed to 1919, when there was a political growth in socialism from the war. Eugene Debs, the Socialist Party leader, had run for president numerous times, and in 1913 actually had over 1 million votes.
Oh yes, so is that why you passed the espionage law back in 1917, or the Sedition Act back in 1918, to limit the people of America's freedom even more?
How was it limited? It was passed to stop those who had been anti-war.
Are you kidding? You used your political power to put anyone who posted or published anti-war things in jail.
Is that such a bad thing? Originally, 60 to 70% of Americans had been against war until the federal government had made propaganda videos to show the great prospect it could have. It's not like you, the Canadian government, didn't use propaganda either.
Yes, we used propaganda, but it was to show that a threat existed and to increase fear in the Reds, but it was necessary after the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia. Vladimir Lenin had led a communist and worker revolution that had disrupted peace among capitalists and people of power. We had every right to view European immigrants as suspects of radicalism. We just didn't put every immigrant in jail or view him or her as true Canadians.
On behalf of America, I can confirm that those who were opposed to war had been viewed as un-American. It publicized leftists and anarchists poorly. That's why the Sedition Act was passed. It was to extend on the espionage law in 1917 to limit freedom of speech and to censor anything that gave positive publicity to such unethical beings.
But the American government had abused it. Think about the clear and present danger test to determine when a state could constitutionally limit an individual's free speech rights under the First Amendment.
Charles Schenck and his protesters has gotten their fate. He had proclaimed that the Supreme Court had violated more than just the Fourth Amendment when it had not. This gave the international workers' world the idea to organize large labor strikes.
This was not the only thing the American government had done that violated the amendments. The Palmer raids done by Attorney General Mitchell Palmer were not ethical, nor were they productive. It limited freedom during a time of crisis, and was abused to expand the federal government. It was an act of tyranny in correlation to maintain power. Sacco and Vanzetti, the two young anarchists with strong political beliefs, may have come across as a threat, but the government had arrested and executed them for a crime they may not have even committed. There was no substantial evidence against them, and the documentarians at their funerals had been demanded to destroy any trace of them.